All right, last week's game of the week, Whitmer on the road at A-Dub. This week, they are back at it on the road at Perrysburg. Another tough defense for the Panthers offense to take on. Another big-time test for both of these teams that we expect to finish in the top 2 to 3 of the NLL Buckeye, Mike.
Last week on this very Wednesday, I said that Anthony Wayne could blow this thing out.
Yeah.
That thing got clipped. I had a lot of people sending me that clip like, hey, you call that out. Well, Whitmer has the most talented team.
Sure.
They got to coach it better. You got to coach it better. So much talent across the board. And you look at this Perrysburg team, defensively, we already know Coach Mike Ward has the game plan. Obviously, he did one thing that we haven't seen all season, shut down Mason 𝗦𝗀𝗀. Put him in a box.
Yeah.
They did that. That is the same type of mentality they're going to have to worry about this week is another defensive coordinator that's going to step in, ready to slow your quarterback down and has the experience to put his players in good position. And now for Whitmer, they're going to have to rely on their toughness. They're going to have to step up and be physical and tough out the gate.
Yeah.
When Whitmer starts fast, they usually play really well. And that's going to be the key for them this week. Can Brady Ford get off to a good start defensively? Can they slow down Josh Tackett? That's a hard task.
Yeah.
This is going to be the hardest game of their season. They thought Anthony Wayne was tough. Yeah, they're tough. That's a tough team to beat, especially in the grass and in the wetness and then what the elements
that played into it.
But, again, this is another coaching matchup. Whitmer has the talent. Can they step up and show?
Yeah, the huge, I think I was going to say X factor in this is Mike Ward on defense because that man knows how to scheme to fit and stop what you want to do. Him and Coach 𝗦𝗫𝗀𝗀 battling it out between the coordinators. A lot to have fun with.
All right, Perrysburg defense over the course of 6 games has allowed 21, maybe 28 points. I know they gave up a special teams touchdown.
5.8 points per game.
Yeah, I know they gave up a special teams touchdown to St. Francis in week 1, so
Right.
you can't count that against the defense. But less than 30 points over the course of 6 games. Not too bad. 3 shutouts in that mix as well.
Yep.
But on the other side of the ball for Whitmer, they admitted they got outplayed and out-physicaled against Anthony Wayne. They owned it. Saturday film session after they lost, they said they owned it, so credit to that. Rushing yards in that game, Anthony Wayne and Whitmer. Whitmer had 9 rushing yards.
Ugh.
Anthony Wayne had 311. If that doesn't explain the outcome of the game, I don't know what does. But if you're Whitmer, turn the page, and the best version of Whitmer better be going to Steinecker Stadium against Perrysburg. Here you go. Want some motivation? Carter Lowe, Kyler Koopmans, Donnell Nix, Cooper Bringman, Blake Wolf, offensive lineman for Whitmer. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Yeah.
Or you might get a dose of what you got last week. And this is the time to get it because the rest of your schedule doesn't look good in regards to winning games and getting playoff points. You're going to be favored in all those games going forward, but you're not going to get a bunch of playoff points. You get a massive amount of playoff points if you beat Perrysburg on the road.
You need it.
All of those guys on the side of the ball for Whitmer to get some offense going. Brady Ford's got to get clicking. You got to get some running game going. Joey Morales hopefully get back in the mix to the caliber of where he's been and as an explosive player. Isaiah Hayward maybe playing on the field turf is going to give some advantages to the potent offense for Whitmer. But that Perrysburg running game, they can drown it out. What I like about Perrysburg and Josh Tackett is they take what the defense gives you. Josh Tackett, if he has to run the ball, he will. If he has to pass the ball, he does. If he has to throw for 300 yards, he will. If he has to throw for 114 yards and get 2 easy touchdowns, he does. But they rely on Joe Cini, Dominic Woods, Nico Wachowski, Carson Pershing, a lot of different playmakers over there. No one completely stands out like Connor Wallensack when he was at Perrysburg.
Sure.
Okay, makes sense. Give the ball to a D1 type of running back. They don't have that, so they can spread the wealth. And I think that in some ways makes it more difficult for a defensive team to try to stop that Perrysburg offense.
A huge gut check for Whitmer. Can they bounce back from what happened last week? Can Perrysburg continue to prove that they might be the best defense we've seen in a while?
One other thing I'd like to say. You got to put Carter Lowe on defense.
Mike Ross talking about it every Friday.
I'm just saying, if I'm the defensive coordinator and I got that big fella, I got Coop and all those guys up front.
Plug up the middle.
Get them on defense. Look, don't want to hear nothing about two-way players. Everybody's seen Travis Hunter, right? The best football player in college football.
He's pretty good.
He plays both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
He plays 100 snaps. I don't think anybody has a problem with it.
All right. That's Mike Robb's final petition for that. We'll hear more about it on Friday. I'm 100% positive.
I don't think that's his final petition.
No, I'm just trying to move him on from it. I don't want him to keep breaking his own heart.
Hey, look. Hey, I guarantee you Carter would play defense if he was asked.
Hey, that is between you and Carter, or Carter and Coach Winners, or Coach Winners and Ryan Day for that matter. I don't know.